friends, today I am discussing the gist of Unit 21 Development of Human Resources, and this is very important chapter, and a lot of questions are asked from this chapter till last December 2019 exam. So please watch carefully till end, and you may end up with a scoring 5 to 15 or 10 marks easily after hearing this complete chapter. So we can start, friends. People is considered as an asset of an organization, but in early olden days they are treated as just a factor of production, and they are viewed merely as substitute of machines. Ways to ensure skills by people are upgrade skills of entire people, recruit new people with the required skills. These are two important methods to ensure skills by people in an organization. In 1970-1980, HRD were mere training activities. In 1990s, massive computerization happened, and in 21st century saw extensive competition due to liberalization, privatization and globalization. Organization focused on customer service, so customer service became the focal point. HRD involves training for operational as well as behavioral skills. Systems developed to enhance HRD are training and development, performance appraisal, feedback and counseling, potential appraisal, career planning and counseling, organizational development, human resource information system, and talent management and succession planning. So we are going to deal all these things in this chapter. HRM has three subsystems. They are administrative, developmental and maintenance. HRM functions effectively to aim to provide right person for right job at the right time. This is achieved through job role analysis, and job role analysis has three sub systems. They are job description, job specification and job evaluation. First two are very important. Job analysis is a technique which facilitates listing of what is required to perform a task or job. It primarily focuses on job description and job specification. Job description is activities involved, and job specification is requirement of a person in terms of qualification and attributes. So job description deals with activities involved in during his work, whereas job spec involves his qualification and attributes. That is education, qualification. Job description records each and every component of the job which an individual has to perform in a given setup. Job evaluation is an independent activity outside job analysis. So job analysis mainly concerns job description, job specification, whereas job evaluation is an independent activity outside job analysis. It is used to compare similarity between jobs within an organization or between any organizations. Job analysis, description and specification can provide various data to implement HR functions. So these provide data to implement these HR functions nowadays. Terms which are used to describe work are explained by Parekh and Rao in 1986. They are the first one is task. Task is a basic element of a job and require a person to achieve a specific product. Job is a complex system of tasks requiring an individual to achieve overall product. Position puts an individual in a hierarchical pattern. Role, emphasis on the pattern of expectation. Work involves complex pattern. Role is a very relevant and imperative concept. Roles are analyzed by role analysis technique RAT and has job analysis as specific component. So role has job analysis as specific component. Job analysis is defined as job description and job specification, whereas job description consists of the things to be done in a job, whereas job specification consists of the qualification required by the employee. So the key performance area KPI are identified, and critical attributes individuals needed to perform are identified. Process of job analysis: studying and collecting information related to a job is job analysis. And job description: statement of duties and responsibilities of a job. As already said, for analyzing Job data is obtained from job holders, supervisors, customer feedback, and expert or job analyst. Job holders are first-hand direct or knowledge of job. Supervisors are expected to understand the job well because they have to supervise the job holders. Customer feedback, complaints, and appreciation from customer gives clue about various activities performed and lacunae in these activities. So, customer feedback is also important nowadays. Expert job analysts or experts can give scientific information about the job. These all are very important, can come as MCQs or fill in the blanks and so on, or match the following also. Interview, process of data collection. First is interview. Job analyst interacts with the job holder. Questionnaire, here it is collected from job holders. Here questions are given and answers are collected from job holders. And observation, job analysis exercise. It is done during working hours of an employee. Data analysis. After collecting data through interview, questionnaire, and observation, job description and job specification are drawn. Job description JD has 6 subs. They are job identification or job title, job summary or explanation of the title, duties performed is a heart of job description, and supervision given and required, relationship with other job, that is vertical and horizontal relationship of workflow and procedure, and working conditions. These comes under job description. Just read this. Just to remember what comes in job description, that is first job title, then explanation of the title, that is summary, then duties to be performed, then supervision, what supervisors do, relationship with the other jobs, and working conditions. Job spec consists of education qualification. Already stated that job specification is the education qualification of employee. So it consists firstly education qualification. Professional qualification is experience, knowledge and skills, personality, character, physical makeup, interest, etc. Next is training and development as a part of HRD efforts. It involves identification of training needs, designing the training, conducting the training, evaluation of training, and selection development of trainer. So, training has these steps. First, what are the needs for training? Then designing the training, then conducting the training, then evaluation and selection of trainers. According to Nadler in 1984, training is for learning related to present job, whereas education for learning to prepare individual for a different but identified job, and development, learning for specific present or future job, and development is for personal growth. Here we cannot view direct impact on performance of the employee. So education can be acquired before job, whereas training is on job. Adult learning. In adult, we all know that child learning is also known as pedagogy, where a teacher has full control of student and student is a passive listener. Adult learning process is known as andragogy. It's very important, it's asked in the exam. Knowles or Nadler in 1984 categorized this as mechanistic cognitive theory, that is related to brain, organismic or humanistic theory. In mechanistic or behavioral theory, here the learner is passive. Cognitive theory equates man with his brain, which is capable of critical thinking and problem solving. Organismic or humanistic theory, learning occurs when learners have the freedom to learn. That is organismic or humanistic theory. All these three types of situation exist in an organization. Assumption and theories by DiCenso and Robbins in 1995. Learning is enhanced when learner is motivated. Learning requires feedback. Reinforcement increases the likelihood of repeating a learned behavior. Practice increases a learner's performance. Learn must be transferable to job. These are the assertions by DiCenso and Robbins on learning. Systematic approach to training is SAT. First is TNA, Training Need Analysis. It's done by Training Department of Corporate Office. Is to whether to upgrade skills of existing employee and in what direction. It requires collection of data systematically. So TNA consists of this is done by corporate office and is consists of upgradation of skills of employees and data collection. Preparation of training plans also done by corporate office. And this is according to TNA. Training plan is made by meeting needs of resource required, and conducting of training is at training center, and evaluation of training is the measurement of total effect of training program, and it is done at 4 levels, that is reaction, learning, behavioral and functional. Reaction level is degree to which participants find learning useful to acquire knowledge. Learning level, degree with which participants acquire knowledge. Behavioral level, degree which participants apply what they learned back in job. And functional level, as a training expenditure is an investment by an organization, what an organization get back in return on investment after employees are trained. This is functional level. And this model is by Kirkpatrick, given by Kirkpatrick. This comes in the exam as to expand HRIS as Human Resource Information System. Is a support system for effective training in HRD, and certain positive notions should exist in an organization. The human resource are most important assets. Human resource can be developed and increased by training. Employees will be committed to work if they have sense of belonging to in the organization. Employees should feel that organization provide for their basic needs. Managers should create a healthy and motivating work climate for his subordinates. And these are the notions in any organization. That is, an organization which takes care of an employee needs, basic needs, etc. Will get higher productivity since employees will be motivated. Attitude development. Attitude. We can describe attitude as of people in terms of their behavior and its impact on behavior. That is, tendency to feel in a particular way towards some object is attitude. Attitude has 3 components: emotional, informational, behavioral. Emotional means a person's feeling about an object. That is, it can be negative, neutral or positive. Informational means beliefs and information an individual has about the object. Behavioral, tendency to behave in a particular way towards the object. That is behavioral attitude. That is behavioral component of attitude. Attitude at workplace. It can be either positive, negative or negative attitude. An employee having negative attitude finds fault in everything, and attitudes has senses 4 important functions or serves 4 important functions. They are: first, adjustment function. Here how an employee adjusts to the work environment. Ego defensive function. Attitude helps an employee to defend his self-image. For example, a not be effective old manager has negative attitude to an younger effective officer. So an old manager will always or sometimes have negative attitude to his younger and effective officer working under him. So this is ego defensive function of attitude. Next is value expression function, and attitude provides people a basis to express the value. Knowledge function. Attitude helps supply standard and reference that allows people to explain the world around them. Example, a union leader having negative attitude to management of an organization always says whatever management tells us a pack of lies. Changing attitudes. So how we can change somebody's attitude? Can we change it? Attitude of an employee has significant impact at workplace and deals with his or her performance. A positive attitude helps a person, we all know, in personal life as well as workplace. Major barrier of attitude change is prior commitment or lack of information. The barrier can be overcome by providing new information or use of fear. So these barriers can be overcome either by providing new information or use of fear at moderate level, that is lower and higher levels will be ignored by employees. Influence of peers has a great role in attitude change. Managers, that is friends, influence will help in changing attitude. Managers are formal leaders of an organization. They are focused on organizational objectives and performance of employee. A friendly manager can improve the attitude of an employee. Another way for attitude changing is co-opting. That is, if John doesn't, for example, doesn't like present employee welfare scheme of an organization or his organization or company, the company appoints him as a member of welfare committee, so he will come in close relation to what this welfare scheme does, and so he will be happy with this present welfare scheme of organization. This is co-opting. Career path planning. After the initial excitement in the job, individuals lose interest as things have not happened as expected and will lead to frustration or alienation. Life stages are given by Erik Erikson. Uh, he divided life into 8 stages, 4 in childhood and 4 in adulthood. Adulthood stages are discussed in this chapter. In stage 1 is adolescence, that is to achieve ego identity of a person. Stage 2 is young adulthood, that is starting to make relationship with individuals that is between employees. Stage 3 adulthood, here passing knowledge to young ones, that is manager passing knowledge to subordinate. Stage 4 is maturity, a person attempt to achieve ego integrity by examining whether life has been meaningful or not. Career roles given by Dalton Thomas and Price in 1977. Here, career roles are divided into 4. First is apprentice. These career roles will comes in, or this can be asked in which role career role comes in which sequence. So these sequence will be mixed up. So you have to memorize this sequence. Apprentice, beginning of career, that is routine work done under supervision of mentor. Colleague, making in independent contribution. Mentors, beginning of complex function, that is manage others, and sponsors, part of top management. Career patterns, linear career concept, enter the job and move upward in same profession using organization hierarchies, linear concept. So moving upward using by getting promotion along organization hierarchy is linear concept. Steady state career, enter into a job, acquire higher skills and do not go higher up in the hierarchy. So that is quitting the job or remaining in just the first level itself. Transitory pattern, shifts from one job to another, not necessarily related to previous one. That is shift from one job to another job, or that is in different organization without acquiring enough experience. Spiral career is this is also going up in the hierarchy of an organization, but work hard here, move in rank, then work in another type of job and goes up, and this goes on. That is one moves in a single hierarchy, but he does several types of job in the same level. Plateau concept is reaching a level higher than what one started and continuing on the same level. Is similar to steady state career. Movement of an individual can be 3 dimensions, that is vertical, circumferential and radial. Following hierarchy of an organization is vertical. Circumferential is movement along different divisions, that is horizontal. Radial is movement towards the center, that is more controlling like job, managerial job as he moves to center. That is joining the bank. Then horizontal level, that is he will be an apprentice, and colleague level, independent function, promotion, controlling function and mentor role. This is concept of career path. One goes through these paths and comes to mentor role ultimately. It's a complex position, mentor role. Schutz interpersonal needs consider inclusion, control, and affection. Inclusion is behavioral, that is establishing satisfactory relationship with individuals. Control is psychological control of behavior of other people. And next is affection means caring others. Next is Eric Bern's transactional analysis or interpersonal relationship. He says there are three ego states, that is parent, adult, and child. An individual's personality has a combination of these three ego states. So a single individual who is an adult can have parent, adult, or child ego states mixed up in him. Eric Berne defined ego states as a consistent pattern of feeling and experience directly related to a corresponding consistent pattern of behavior. Parent ego state regulates behavior and nurtures it. It's an ethical type of behavior. Adult ego state collect information and processes more of analytical, rational, practical type behavior, and he is unemotional. Adult ego state has unemotional characteristic. Child ego state, creativity. It has creativity, curiosity, reaction to others, adjusting behavior, emotional behavior, etc. comes in child ego state. Parent ego, it can be again divided into nurturing parent, critical parent. It's very important on some point of view. All these Eric Berne's transactional analysis always comes. Parent ego consists of nurturing parent and critical parent. Nurturing parent means a person who is understanding and caring about other people. Critical parent is criticize others for their undesirable behavior. He will be evaluating and judgmental. Child ego, it can be divided into three: adopted child, natural child, and little professor. Adopted child will be willing to adjust to everyone. Natural child, he enjoys every bit and take things as they come, whereas little professor is a thinking part of child. He is creative, imaginative, experimental, and he is dream about new ideas always. Desirable interaction, parent to child and back from child to parent, adult to adult. These are desirable interaction. Whereas undesirable interactions are parent to child and again from parent to child. That is two persons, one acts as a parent, the other as a child. Whereas second person again, he speaks as parent to the first one and thinks first one as child. And this here this is a cross transaction because both things them as parent, the other as child. Here transaction is blocked, and so it is desirable to avoid cross transaction in an organization. Life position by Harris in terms of okayness. I am okay, you are okay. I am okay, you are not okay. I am not okay, you are okay. Whereas I am not okay, you are not okay. Working in team. Synergy is the best activity in life. A team gets best results than a collection of individuals. A group of people with a high degree of interdependence geared towards achievement of a common goal is a team. A group is different from a team. It has structure, objective, decision making, etc. And stages of group formation and group behavior are forming, storming, norming, conforming, and performing. Forming means awareness, understand team goals. Storming is conflict, team attempt to define itself. Norming is cooperation, how the task will be accomplished, and conforming, adjustment. Performing is productivity or devoting to work. Next is self-awareness. Here SWOT analysis used by companies. That is SWOT means strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. Here we have to use strength, overcome weakness, capitalize opportunities, and safeguard from threat. Johari window by Luft and Income in 1973 is very important. How much one's behavior is known to him or her, and how much he feels others know him or her. This comes under Johari window. There are 4 windows: arena, blind, closed, and dark. Here we can make a table. So questions will ask about if one is known to others and known to self, what is in which window he will come, that is arena. So we can just draw this table. as known to others, not known to others, known to self, not known to self. Then write A, B, C, D. Arena will be here, blind, closed and dark. A, B, C, D. So we can memorize it easier. So arena is not known to others, whereas known to self. Blind is not known to others, not known to self. And closed is not known to others, known to self, whereas dark is not known to others and not known to self. Both are not. So arena is more open, trustworthy and disclosing type of person. Moral, an important mental state. It is the spirit of a person or a group, a dedication for a common goal. Moral is exhibited by confidence, cheerfulness, discipline, and willingness to perform a assigned task. Positive employee moral depends on employee motivation. Employee moral boosters. They can be welcome ideas, keep score. That is scoreboard with top performers names. Inspect what you expect is true. Huddle, daily morning huddle to highlight task. Open up 1 time. Have fun. Special events. Show charity. Add purse. Fire a star whose negative moral brings down the group. And measure it. Talent management and succession planning. Anticipation of required human capital for an organization and planning to meet those needs is talent management. Talent management in an organization is an organization's ability to recruit, to retain and produce the most talented employees available in the job market. Succession planning is process of identifying and developing new leaders who can replace old leaders when old ones leave, retire or die. Self-development. This can be self can be divided into patent self or inner self. Patent self is external self or inner self is behavioral patterns of an individual. Patent self is individual's identity and physical features. Self-development in relation to organization. At individual levels, it is motivation pattern, locus of control. Interpersonal level, interpersonal needs, transactional analysis. At group level, being effective member in the working group. Locus of control by Lefcourt and Levinson. Individual have beliefs about who is responsible what happens in life. Power base by Cotter defined as a measure of person's potential to get other to do what he or she wants them to do, as well as to avoid being forced to do what he or she not want to do. Fear or love is used as power. Coercive power means leader or manager threaten, punish or initiate punitive action against employee. Position power is manager has power to direct the employee to do certain duties. Referent power means some managers get adequate respect from employees and they become followers of such managers. Expert power means power gained by virtue of knowledge, skills, etc. Knowledge power is similar to expert power and from academic achievements. Reflected power is to gain power due to proximity towards power source. And charismatic power means emotional attraction to a person due to his extraordinary characteristic. Emotional power means emotional connect between manager and his followers. So friends, please like, subscribe and share. If you find this video helpful, please share and not forget to subscribe. Thank you.